reasons I was intrigued when I heard about this film, apart from the title, of course, is because it's a British sci-fi, and that in itself is a bit of an anomaly because you don't really see too much of them.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is, and was that part of the appeal?
I have no idea why you don't. I mean, I feel like a lot of films over here just kind of don't. People just don't want to push the boat out. It's like British film is very good at doing what it does, and I love British film to no end. But you know, I want to try and have ambition. You know, even with the budget constraints that we have, you know, it's not like I want to do stuff that's impossible and then make something look rubbish. But at the same time, you know, if we've made low films, if we made films at low budget for a while, we've become proficient at doing that. Then we can make the money go forever, and we can make a film that's relatively low budget look like this, and that's what we did.
And I've always been curious about actors in terms of what skills do they retain after working on the film, whether it be like fighting or learning how to drive fast cars. So what is the coolest thing that you've walked away from? I mean, you get to kick ass in this film, so.
What's the coolest thing that I walked away from? I have no idea. I really don't know.
So you already could be a badass before you shot this film, is what you're saying?
Yeah, quite. I think so. I mean, I do fight training anyway, so
okay.
I've been doing it for a few years. So you know, I was all up for doing the action stuff in this. You know.
And if you could go back to a character you've portrayed previously, on this one, which one would you pick? Because in this one, you get to sort of building a character sort of 9 minutes and 47 seconds at a time. So if you could go back and build on another character, which one would it be?
I don't know. Maybe Mickey from Doctor Who. I feel like he had such a arc over the show. You know, going from a sort of buffoon character to quite a cool character at the end. But I kind of think, what's the expansion of that? You know, he's married now. Like, what would he be doing? You know, him or you know, maybe, I don't know, maybe probably him.
Okay. Now I've read that you took on the film when you got the first part of the script, and you liked it so much that you took on the film right then. And I was wondering, what does a film? So I assume you get a lot of scripts.
Yeah.
So what does a film, if you're reading the script and you stop reading, what is in the script that caused you to stop?
Well, actually, it wasn't even the script. I had a treatment and a pitch from the writer. Like, he told me like the first 2 segments of the film, like verbally, and I was like, yeah, I want it. And told me the concept, and it was just a high concept. It was the high concept nature of the film, something that could be done for reasonable budget, and it was something that I'm a big fan of. You know, it was already, because the high concept is already sci-fi. I knew that by adding the futuristic elements, you know, if we set it in the future, we could really make something special, and so that's what I really wanted to do.
And what did you, because you really loved the script, and obviously that's why I took it on, what did you add to the script once you take, what did you add to your character?
Well, I added all the, I changed the name. I can't remember what his name was before, but I didn't like it, so I changed the name of the character, and then I added all the sci-fi stuff was really me, like adding the futuristic tech and, you know, setting it in the future, and, you know, the date is actually in the film, but it's only in one spot, so I challenge people to find the date. Anyone who finds a date, I will come visit you, as long as you live in England. But only one person though, not everyone. It was really a case of me wanting to push the boat out a little bit, and knowing that what with the money we could do a little bit more, and so that was all the stuff that I added, really. Futuristic guns and just making it in the future as opposed to set now.
And you got your character has 9 minutes and 47 seconds on screen to figure out what's. And I was wondering, because it's all about, you really want to make an impression on the audience in that time. What's the best first impression you've made in the business, and what's the worst first impression you've made?
Oh man, I have absolutely no idea. The best first impression I've made will probably be with a couple of the actors in this film, because they were big actors, and getting them was a challenge. And so, you know, you have to make a good first impression. And luckily I did, because they came on board the movie. Worst first impression, I don't know, probably every other first impression I do, I don't know what I don't know what people think. You know, the funny thing is people aren't always honest, so people don't always tell you what they think, you know, so I have no idea.
Okay. And
have I made a good impression on you?
Yeah, have I made a good impression on you?
No, actually, you're quite terrible. Yeah, of course you have. yeah, of course you have.
Cool, we're going in. It's all downhill from here.
No.
You get 9 minutes and 47 seconds to make that impression. Is that a challenge for an actor to sort of pack as much character as you can, character development rather, as you can into?
No, I don't think so, because I feel like in the script, the whole point is that he is learning about himself more and more as we go along. So it's fine that in the first one, you only really find out his name and that he can fight. And then in the second one, you find out a little bit more. And the third one, you find out a little bit more. And by the fourth one, he's starting to figure things out himself, you know, and I feel like that's the development. And I feel like actually that's the interesting thing, is that each segment provides a little bit more information. So you don't have to cram it in early, and that's what I really liked about it.
And you talked a little bit about the sort of developing the character. This is the third film you directed, and the third time you've directed yourself. What have you learned about your process, and what have you refined about your process over those 3 films?
I mean, firstly, it's definitely not something I want to continue doing. You know, I definitely don't have plans to direct things that I'm in all the time, you know, and I feel like people think I do, and it's a bit of an annoyance because it's not the plan at all. And 4, 3, 2, 1, I wasn't in that much. But my process is, I'm very well prepared, you know. The other producers on this who have done films with directors said I was the most prepared director they've ever worked with. And I was surprised by that, because I didn't understand how you could be less prepared, you know. But I mean, that's what I always do. I prepare to the point where I know my shots. And I'm open to changing. Like, you're an actor, you come and you say, actually, I don't want to sit over there, I want to sit there. That's fine. You know, if I agree with you, we'll work it out, and, you know, we can do that. But generally, you know, if you're going to be in a room, you know you're going to be in a room. I prep. A bird's eye view, storyboards, shot lists. Cameraman knows, DOP knows, first assistant knows. Like, we know what we're doing. Like, we prep everything so that when you're on set, it's hopefully a smoother transition to going along and making the film.
Well, all the best for the future, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much, man. Take care.